Good afternoon. Thank you again for coming to another episode of Lectures Corner. I am your host, Marcus Rudolph. Here again with me is a tremendous human being, Father Martin Gladysz. Father, thank you again so much for coming and
Good to see you.
providing your knowledge with us today. It is it is the summertime. It's travel time. It's July. A lot of men are traveling with their families. A lot of extra things going on. And we try to make sure that they have things in their minds and their hearts in regards to prayer. Looking at the liturgical calendar, I noticed there was a lot of celebration of saints and holy persons during this month. I picked out three that I wanted you just to talk a little bit in regards to the importance and to the history of the Catholic Church. The three people are St. Thomas the Apostle, Mary Magdalene, and St. Ignatius of Loyola. If you don't mind to speak on all three of them individually and explain why they're so important and why the men should keep them on their mind and include them in their prayers.
Yes, Saint Thomas the Apostle, as all apostles, he is
Yes.
important. He is the pillar of the Catholic Church, one of the 12, yeah?
Yes.
And he is the one who go to proclaim gospel, and we know when he finished. Unfortunately, he is a martyr, but he went to India, and his grave is India.
Mm-hmm.
And what is interesting, I talked with some of our parishioners who are living right now. They are from India originally, but they are living right now in Knoxville. It's only two apostles that over their graves was built the church. It's Saint Peter in Rome
Right.
and Saint Thomas in India.
Wow. Fascinating.
And thinking about this, when we are thinking about the India, we are always thinking about the country when Hinduism is the biggest religion. Yeah. But if we will look at this, they have a Christianity almost 2,000 years, yeah. And Saint Thomas, I love Saint Thomas because he is the man who is not afraid to ask. He is not afraid to ask Jesus. It's like Jesus will. It was especially twice, yeah. First, when Jesus is saying that. um I and Father, we are the same. And Thomas is asking, if you will follow me, you will be with God. Yeah,
Right.
and Thomas is asking, show us the way, so we will know where to go. If he will not ask this, he is like the person. Maybe all other 11 apostles, they don't have idea what Jesus was talking about, but they have been afraid to ask. Yeah? And Thomas is asking, what does it mean? And without this his question, maybe Jesus will never say one of the most beautiful sentence from the Bible. I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. Thomas, you don't recognize me? I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. Another time when Thomas is questioning everything is after resurrection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is not with the other disciples, and he's coming back and is saying to Thomas that he's risen. Yeah, if I will not put my fingers to
That's right.
his wounds and my hand to his side, I will not believe. Yeah.
Doubting Thomas.
And what Jesus is doing when he is coming to him, he is saying another beautiful sentence from the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You believe because you see. Blessed who don't see and believe. Yeah, and when he is saying to Thomas, put your fingers, put your hand to my side, he's not want to, show him that you are so wrong. But he's showing that, hey, I will do everything for you, even open my side, put your hand and believe, because your faith is so important for me. Yeah? Another saint is Saint Mary Magdalene.
Correct.
Mary Magdalene, who is he's like a symbol for all women's what to do in the church, yeah. Because unfortunately, sometimes women feel that they are not really um, they don't have it too much to do in the church because
Not part of the church.
it is not, maybe not the part of the church, but
Mm.
it's like they can be a priest, they
Right.
can celebrate mass.
Right.
It's and everyone is thinking that the Catholic Church is like controlled by a man, but what is not true.
Right.
The church is controlled by the women. Without these holy ladies,
That's right.
and the Saint and Mary Magdalene is the best example. All these women that was following Jesus, yeah,
Mhm.
they we never call them the apostles, yeah. They didn't become apostles, but without them, probably nothing will be happen, yeah. And we have to remember this in our life. It's like women are very important in life for us. It's like a church. I remember my one of my friend priest. He was he was talking that we don't have to be worried about the women in the church because they will be always be in church. Yeah, they will always take a church. We have to be focused more on the men
Right.
because they're fine to very devoted religious men. It's much more difficult than to find the dedicated religious women. Yeah, and the same is it's when the couple are coming to me before the marriage, the
Yes.
preparation for the marriage.
Yes.
And she will say that she is Catholic and he is not Catholic. Yeah, I am not afraid because I know that she will change him. It's not a problem. Yeah,
Right.
when the man is Catholic and woman is not Catholic. Yeah, it's more dangerous. But it doesn't mean that it's
Not hopeless.
not hopeless.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we have our knights guys who bring their wives to the church, and this is the best example. And good for you. Yeah, but the Mary Magdalene is showing to us, remembering us the space for the women in the church, yeah, and how important they are, how important she was in the life of Jesus. Remember, she was the first one who saw Jesus after his resurrection,
Mhm.
before apostles. Yeah, she is the first one who is going with the good news to the disciples, to the apostles, saying he's risen. He is the one who was not afraid to stay next to the cross of Jesus with Mary and John. Yeah,
Right.
where have been the other apostles? She is the first one who is not afraid to go on Sunday morning to the grave to honor Jesus. Yes, apostles are still locked in the room, yeah, in the upper room. She is the one who is seeing Jesus first time, who is bringing the gospel as a first person to proclaim that he is risen. Yeah. So yeah, remember, the women are very important in the church, and without them, yeah, you as a husband, you know better, yeah, than we. This is Mary Magdalene. And the last one, Saint Ignatius Loyola.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, he's the founder of the Jesuits congregation. So many people are, when I hearing the Jesuits, they're a little, afraid. But this is the very strong congregation. This is the congregation who was the first missionaries of new, because we have a missionaries like a Saint Paul, yeah. And when the whole Europe became Christian Catholic, it was nobody who will go to other places, yeah.
Right.
And then we are going to the age that the Columbus is come to the United States. Who is the first missionaries in America? Jesuits.
Jesuits.
Who is the first missionary in China, in Japan, in Africa? Jesuits. Yeah, this is the congregation that is bringing faith to so many places. They are starting the missionary work, after the Columbus time. Yeah,
Yes.
and Ignatius Loyola is also the very mystical saint. Yeah, he is the one who is giving us the Catholic meditation, and I really suggest you, and I will say this in the chaplain message, okay?
Yes.
About the I will talk a little more about Catholic's meditation, yeah,
Hmm.
because when we are hearing meditation, so many times people are thinking about, yoga or some
Right.
Eastern religions, Buddhist or something like this, where there's a lot of meditation, yeah. But Ignatius is showing us this and giving us the retreat. It's like a um, four different steps on this retreat. Yeah, it's I was making this few times, 9 days. Yeah, 9 days in silent with the meditation. It's very powerful. And please keep Father David in your
Yes,
prayers,
absolutely.
because right now probably not he is starting. Yeah, he's starting his 30 days in silence with the Ignatius way of meditation, where in Loyola, Spain, the original place when Saint Ignatius was. Yeah, so 30 days in silent, without smartphone, without social media, without TV, without nothing.
Right.
And I'm so sure that he will offer his prayers also for us,
Yes.
for his parish as a pastor. Yeah,
Yes.
and keep him in your prayer that he will come back to us, yeah,
Yes.
with
Hopefully.
this holiness, and he will share this holiness with us when he will come back, yeah.
Yes.
Saint Ignatius Loyola, the great man, very important in the history of the church, very important in the mission of the church to proclaim gospel. He never go to the different places, different countries, but his sons, that means Jesuits, they are still powerful.
Yes.
And right now we have a Jesuit in the seat of Saint Peter,
There you
Pope
go.
Francis.
That's right.
He's still Jesuit, yeah.
That's right. So that's a wealth of knowledge. Thank you so much, Father. And I yield to you in regards to your chaplain's message.
The chaplain message will be about the meditation prayer. Saint Ignatius, he is giving us way of the meditation, and he is suggesting always to, for example, take a passage from the Bible and try. First step is to try to imagine the sin. For example, we are reading the passage from the Bible about conversation between Jesus and Peter on the Lake Gethsemane when Jesus is asking Peter, "Do you love me?" Yeah.
Right.
So he's saying that the first step it have to be, imagine this place. Yeah. If you have been in the Holy Land, it will be more easier for you. Yeah, to see the shore of the lake, to see, Jesus and Peter who is cooking a breakfast for Jesus. And I am using this kind of meditation when I am praying rosary. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Use your imagination, not to go too far somewhere, it's especially praying rosary, yeah,
Right.
but to be focused on this, and then invite God to this sin and recognize the Spirit, what Jesus want to say you in this, yeah. What Jesus will show you in this passage. Meditate what he is saying to. I will still use the passage of Peter and Jesus. Yeah,
Yes.
understanding that Jesus is asking me. He's coming to Peter. To be with him. To say, doesn't matter what's happened on the Holy Thursday. Doesn't matter that 3 times you say that you are not belongs to me. Now I'm asking you, do you love me? Yeah, and so my message for you is try to make a meditation. Try to make a meditation, with the Bible, some spiritual book, some passage from the life of saints. How Saint Ignatius was repent because he was a knight,
Yes.
and uh, uh, and he was wounded during the battle, and he was recovered in his castle, and he started to read the stories about saints, and in this he find out that he want to be like these people, yeah. Take the stories of the saints, yeah, contemplate and meditate the life. Make a Christian meditation. Don't go to yoga, but make a Christian meditation.
A wealth of knowledge. It's always tremendous. We thank you so much, Father. Take heed to what Father says. Please utilize your time wisely. Prayer every day, and let God be your God. Thank you so much.
God bless you.